I'm going. Everybody else good?
All right.
Ready, of course. Waiting for us.
So, I stand outside this courthouse today, and I feel like America is in a cultural decline. That I look around the kind of pace and the kind of people that we've had in the past 50 years, and it doesn't match the 50 years previous. I feel like there's something wrong, and in my country there's a problem, and that problem is the feds. They take everybody's freedom and they never give it back. And if you go to Georgia and you have a staph infection, they can have a bacteriophage that they genetically engineer eat your staph. Like, no joke. Whereas here they're like, we're gonna cut your arm off, we're gonna flood you with antibiotics until you die. Like there, they can have a treatment that's known to be the best in the world because their FDA doesn't define each individual bacteriophage as a new treatment that has to go through clinical trials. If you want to put a drone in the air, like, how many commercial applications of drones are there? There's a shit ton. If you want to put a drone in the air and have it speak TCAS, the traffic collision avoidance system, you just can't do that. There's no licensing path for the FAA to do this. You're not allowed to innovate. Stop thinking outside the box, Western man. I feel like, you know, we could have laptop batteries that last 100 fucking years, like fucking with beta voltaics, and we can't have this because the NRC says no. There's so many engineers working tirelessly in this country to find the best damn solutions to a given problem, and then they find out that it's against the US code. And that's before fucking things like patents, where attorneys in their subhumanity gleefully lord over people that are trying to contribute something useful to humanity. And I look at all this and I'm saying, I'm going to prison for arithmetic. I added 1 to a fucking number on a public web server, and I aggregated this data and I gave it to a fucking journalist at that man's publication. And this is why I am going to prison. It's arithmetic. Fuck this country. Like, this country, we are gone. The innovative spirit that our forefathers had, the rights that we had in this fucking place are being fucking ruined by wicked tyrants, seditious thugs. And if they have any soul in their whole body, and they understood what they were doing to the rule of law, to the fucking Bill of Rights and to the free and open internet, they would die in their own goddamn shame. Either they're malicious, wicked people that want to destroy Western civilization, or they're goddamn fucking morons. That it's one or the other. I don't know which it is, but they're evil, either evil or fucking retarded. And yeah, I feel like Moneta weeping at her father's feet, and I hope that the innovation has a wakeful return as fast as possible, because there isn't much time left to fix this place. I think we have a very short window before the currency collapses and before this place becomes just some third world country, and there's new Detroits and Birminghams and St. Louis's every year, and we have very little time to manufacture things again and bring our country back to the greatness that it was. And I hope that you're all on my cell block, all the engineers out there. And I'll see you all in federal prison. I don't know you, Meryl. Oh, I think what's up?
Are these new ones or the same ones?
All right.
The same one.
I can definitely tell you this case is going up on appeal. And yeah, and Orrin Kerr and the Electronic Frontier Foundation wouldn't have agreed to work on this case if they didn't think the issues were significant. You know, I mean, you can say what you want about Andrew, and one of the things you can say is that he's your prototypical unpopular client, but...
that's a good thing.
Yeah, I mean...
For making case law.
Yeah, I mean, the issues here are significant. The law is extremely problematic. I really think that the interpretation, the prosecution's interpretation in Andrew's case is one that criminalizes normal computer use that millions of people engage in the United States every day, because essentially what's going on is they're saying that, well, the access is unauthorized because AT&T says it was. I mean, there was no notice in this case, there was no password bypass, nothing was hacked. This was actually the way they set up their system that AT&T admitted in open court that this was a conscious business decision on the part of AT&T not to password protect this information because they wanted the convenience of people when they logged in to have their email address pop right up, and then, you know, the way it worked is your email address would pop up and then there would be, you know, a password login. So
but they want it both ways.
Right, well, again, think about what you do when you click on a Google link, right? Say you click on a Google link, you do a Google search, you click on a Google link and a website owner decides, oh, I don't want you on that website. Bang, potential felony, you know, or at least a misdemeanor under the CFAA. I mean, I've gotten tons of calls from computer security researchers, people in the financial services industry, people who data mine, who are all freaking out about this. And I know that the government thinks that they're making the internet safer by doing this, but I think actually there's a better argument the other way around, that actually what they're doing is they're discouraging legitimate computer research, because this is what computer researchers do all the time, is they test systems for vulnerabilities, and by chilling that activity of computer researchers, they're actually making the internet less safe.
Public web server and giving it to a journalist.
This is available for everybody, not just yourself.
That's correct. It was on the open internet.
So you didn't hack anything or technically do anything that wasn't publicly available.
Yeah.
So there's nothing I want to fix when it comes to the internet, nothing I want the government to fix when it comes to the internet. And we continue to pass legislation that has unintended consequence. I will